What if I told you that every problem you have as it relates to driver turnover, driver retention, goes back to the way you answer the phone? I know what you're thinking. This has to be insane. The way I answer the phone, that's the thing, the very first words I say. But I'm telling you, it has a direct effect on how a driver feels about their interaction with you. When I think about how I answer the phone, I think about the fact that when I grew up, there was one phone on the side of the kitchen that everybody answered, whoever was closest to it. We didn't know who was calling, and we said that one word that everybody uses when they answer the phone, hello. Well, in your operation, when the phone rings, chances are good you know who's calling. In your operation, chances are good when the phone rings, you don't have to pick it up, you're wearing a headset. In your operation, chances are good when the phone's ringing, you're already doing something else. It's an interruption, it's a break in the action, and the person on the other end of that line knows it. I know I'm guilty of this myself. It happens every Thursday. Thursday's the busiest day of the week for me. I'm trying to get the rest of the weekend planned out tightly so that no driver has to sit. Every driver makes it home. I'm focused. And when the phone rings, my first thought is, why am I answering this phone? It takes every fiber of my being not to answer the phone with yes, hello, or yes, sir. All of those completely turn the driver off as soon as I start to talk. What should you do instead? Well, you know who's calling. Keep in mind the greatest lesson ever given to us when it comes to human relations and communication. Written in 1936, the book How to Win Friends and Influence People gives us the blueprint. Dale Carnegie wrote in that book that the greatest, sweetest sound in any language is the sound of your own name. What would happen tomorrow if, when that driver calls, instead of just saying hello, you actually called the driver by name? Stephen, good to hear from you. Stephen, how's it going? Hi, Steve. Using their name as you're picking up the phone makes you warm and friendly right off the bat. Now, if you've got to change your tone after that, if something's going bad on the road, you can no longer be happy-go-lucky, you can shift. But starting the conversation positive by using their name lowers their defensiveness, makes it more likely they'll hear your message. It also lets them know you're actually happy to hear them and they're not just another distraction, something else that's taking you away from the work. Because make no mistake, when that phone rings, that is the work. That's what we're paid for. I struggle with this myself because I hate a ringing phone. There's a scene in the movie The Wolf of Wall Street when Rob Reiner is trying to sit back and watch a television show with his wife and the phone rings and you hear him just go screaming and crazy. Who the F is calling on an effing Tuesday night? That's kind of how I feel sometimes when the phone rings. But if you've watched the movie long enough, you notice he picks up the phone with a perfect British accent. Hello. That's dispatch. That's where we have to be sometimes. In the middle of the fight, in the middle of the internal fire, all of the things that we're feeling, we have to push that aside, pick up the phone and make that driver feel like they are the most important thing in the world. Because in that moment, they are. Keep this in mind the next time the phone rings, because trucks don't quit, people do.